Good morning, children. Welcome back to our moral science class. Here is your moral science teacher, Jyothima. Hope you all are doing well. Today, I am going to begin our second lesson. I think all of you have read the first lesson and completed the assignments that I gave you in the last two classes. Children, if there is any doubt related to our lesson or assignment, you can contact me at any time. Okay, so in today's session, I'm going to discuss a new lesson from our moral science textbook. The name of our lesson is Pressing On with a Purpose. Chapter 2, Pressing On with a Purpose. First of all, let me give you an introduction about our chapter. Our second lesson comprises two stories. One is a true life story and the other one is from Indian mythology. One is a true life story and the other one is from Indian mythology. It's related to Ekalavya. So today I am dealing with the true life story of a small girl who became a world-renowned author, political activist, lecturer, and even if she lost her ability to see and hear when she was just 19 months old. Any guess, children? Have you seen this picture before? Yes, some of you identified the great personality. Who is she? The small girl was none other than the famous Helen Keller. Let's see what happened later in her life. Let's see what happened later in her life. As she grew up, she became an unmanageable child to her parents. She was deeply frustrated. Do you know the reason, children? When she was born, Helen was a normal child without any disability. When she turned 7, her parents got an instructor or a teacher or a tutor to educate Helen. In the beginning, everybody thought it was a fruitless effort. But after a short period, the teacher succeeded in experiencing a miracle. Do you know who is the teacher? The teacher is Anne Sullivan. See, her own words. My heart is singing for joy this morning. A miracle has happened. The light of understanding has shone upon my little pupil's mind, and behold, all things are changed. So, what she is trying to say, children, what happened then? Say, in the beginning, everybody thought that it was a fruitless effort. But after a short period, the teacher succeeded in experiencing a miracle. The teacher succeeded in experiencing a miracle that happened in her life. So, she says, my heart is singing for joy this morning. A miracle has happened. The light of understanding has shone upon my little pupil's mind, and behold, all things are changed. Okay, so what happened there, children? Let's see. While standing at the water pump with the water running over Helen's hand, her teacher, Anne Sullivan, spelled the word water into her small palm. Suddenly, the little girl realized the connection between the two objects. Which are the two objects? Water and her finger. So, suddenly the little girl realized the connection between the object and the letters spelled out in her hand. Helen's curiosity increased, and that very same day she had learned nearly 30 new words. Do you know who is that dedicated teacher, children? I told you, yes, that dedicated teacher's name is Annie Sullivan. Oh, Anne Sullivan. Anne Sullivan, what did she do? She helped the child Helen to learn words by her own experience. For example, the little girl, while she was standing at the water pump with the water running over her hand, the teacher spelled the word water into her small palm. So, what was the result? Suddenly, the little girl realized the connection between the object and the letters spelled out in her hand. So, what she do? It's a turning point in Helen's life. Thereafter, Helen learned to speak and spent much of her life giving speeches and lectures. She learned to hear people. By how, children? By reading their lips with her hands. She became expert in using braille and reading sign language with her hands as well. Helen succeeded in becoming the first deaf-blind person to earn a Bachelor of Arts degree. What's your opinion about Anne Sullivan's role in Helen's life, children? No doubt, I am very sure Helen experienced the virtue of determination from her teacher. Helen experienced the virtue of determination from her teacher. Both of them are equally determined. Both of them are equally determined. Anne was only 20 when she became Helen's teacher. Moreover, she also had some problem with her eyes. Who had some problem with her eyes? Anne. Anne had some problem with her eyes in her childhood and underwent an eye surgery to restore her vision. She became an inevitable or unavoidable person in Helen's life as a teacher as well as a companion. She even accompanied Helen to college and sat by her side to interpret lectures and texts. Okay, so that's a lesson, children. That's a story of Helen Keller and her teacher Anne Sullivan. So what do you learn from this story? Both of them are epitomes of determination and purpose. Children, the meaning of epitome, pronunciation, epitome, it's written here, children. Go through the glossary. See, epitome, pronunciation, epitome, meaning a person or thing that's a perfect example of a particular quality or type. So what's the sentence given? Both of them were epitomes of determination and purpose. Both of them were a perfect example of determination and purpose. They lived life to its fullest. Who lived life to its fullest? They lived life to its fullest in spite of all their challenges. Helen Keller and Anne Sullivan, both of them lived life to its fullest in spite of all their challenges. So we can say determination is the key element that sustains life. Determination is the key element that sustains life. So listen, children, some points are there. Determination is the key element that sustains life. Determination is a virtue that is regarded as a driving force behind any great achievement in life. Determination has an amazing capacity to recharge an exhausted body and mind and to power up a person till he reach his expected goal. Determination can be defined as an act of coming to a decision or of fixing a purpose. So that's the end of our lesson, children. So let me wind up the lesson with Helen Keller's beautiful words. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. So these are the words of Helen Keller. Children, here comes an end of our session. So before winding up today's session, as usual, there is an assignment for you. Children, be serious with your assignment. Say, come to page number 15. Two questions are there. In your opinion, who of the two, Helen Keller or Anne Sullivan, was more determined or purpose-driven? It's in the second last paragraph. Read the second last paragraph of page number 15. You will get the answer from there. So try to read the lesson well and find out the answers and write down in your notebook. Then one more question is there. Why do you think so? You have to write your own opinion. In your opinion, who of the two, Helen Keller or Anne Sullivan, was more determined or purpose-driven? So after writing that question, you have to write the reason. Why do you think so? Okay. So thank you, children.